a little overwhelmed as to where to start in the library, making a playlist. I have ataxia, vertigo, ACL, tear, stenosis, falling risk, static balance problems. All right, so this is a great question, and I do get this question quite a bit. People that are just overwhelmed. And first, I want to clarify that the membership program is not really intended to replace in-person physical therapy. So I always think that that is best, to work with a therapist so that you can kind of decrease the overwhelm and talk to your therapist about your goals to figure out, and then they can do an assessment, do a movement assessment, kind of help you figure out which impairments are interfering with some of the movement problems that you're having. And then that'll kind of help you. Once you have a problem list, it's easier to figure out what exercises to do. Okay. So, but what I would say is you've identified a lot of things here involving a lot of different areas of the body: balance, knee, ataxia. So I would say of that, step one would be to identify something you want to be able to do 6 months from now. Do you want to be able to walk? Do you want to be able to walk without an assistive device? Do you want to be able to walk without fear of falling? Or do you want to be able to walk without your foot catching on the ground? If you have ataxia, do you want to be able to walk without feeling like you have to reach for walls? Do you want to be able to walk and scan your environment without feeling like you're deviating from a straight path? That means that to identify that very specific goal, it means you have to kind of have a little bit more awareness about what problems you're dealing with. So start by, when you're out in the community, figure out what conditions are you having the biggest problems in. Is it when you're walking into a store? Is it when you're getting out of your car? Is it when you're trying to put groceries into a grocery cart? Get very specific about where these problems are occurring. What are the problems that are occurring? Do you lose your balance? If you do lose your balance, do you get disoriented, or is it because you trip over your foot? Get very, very specific. Make lists. Just write lists out. Okay. So have a problem list. These are the things that I have problems with. These are the things that I know happen when those problems occur. These are the conditions that are usually that I'm in when these things happen. And then what you want to do is kind of figure out, what do you want to be able to do 6 months from now? And be very clear. I want to be able to walk into a grocery store, put groceries in a grocery cart without stumbling. I want to be able to get out of my car and walk across the parking lot without stumbling. I want to be able to go to a Christmas party. That's not really 6 months from now, but that's kind of top of mind for Americans right now, probably. But I want to be able to go to a party and feel confident that I could talk to people and that I'm not going to bump into anyone or, lose my balance or anything like that. Get very, very specific. Only once you do all of that can you start to figure out, what specifically do I need to work on? So I'm just going to hypothesize here. You need to do this for yourself. Everyone needs to do this for themselves. But 2 things I'm going to pull out is the ataxia and static balance. So let's say those are the issues that you've identified as the things that are interfering with your ability to do that activity that you want to be able to do that's going to improve your quality of life. Well, in the vault, in the library, there is a balance category. So I would click on that balance category, try a few exercises. In the vault, I explain in every exercise what we are addressing with that exercise. So it will take some time, but I think going through this process will help you to make it easier for your next set of goals. So every time you do this, it's going to make it easier for your next set of goals. So go through, try a few exercises, hear my explanation, figure out, does this exercise address the issue that I'm having that's preventing me from getting to the goal that I want to achieve? If yes, add it to the playlist. Now, this is a kind of an announcement for everyone. I know I've mentioned it in a couple of lives recently. We are building out an app right now. When the app is ready and available, I'll let you all know. But one feature of the app is going to be that you can click on, once you create a playlist, you can decide whether you just want to see a demonstration of the exercise or you want to continue to hear the explanation. My suggestion is, once you've heard the explanation that I give in the exercise, I would just switch all the exercises to demo only. I think a lot of you will like that because I do get some feedback that I talk too much. So what that's going to do is just show the demonstration, 10-second demonstration of all the exercises. So you'll be able to get through your exercise playlist a lot faster. So that's based on your guys' feedback. So I do listen to your feedback. So definitely keep sending in feedback, emailing it. You can put it into you can go directly to the website and submit it with that bot. That's a live person. That's not a bot, really. It's a bot off hours, but during working hours, there's a live person there. I listen to your feedback, but I do think that's going to make it easier. Once you create that playlist, you listen to the explanation, that explanation resonates with you and identifies your problems, add that exercise to your playlist and save it. So hopefully that helps with the overwhelm a little bit. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more of like kind of a thought process that you can go through on how to get the most out of the library. And honestly, the reason I don't create like very specific step-by-step is because there is a lot of value in going through this process of being able to figure out where you're having problems, what the conditions are, and figuring out what exercises work best for you based on your goals. If I were to give just cookie cutter sheets, it would not be effective because everyone is so different and everyone's goals are so different. So it's going to take a little bit more time, but I promise you in the long run, you are going to be better off going through this process. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that decreases a little bit of the overwhelm. Today's video sponsor is the Allele 3X percussion massage gun. Now, as you guys know, I'll usually only work with a company or a product that I think is going to be of value to you. And I think a percussion gun is one of those things. Now, I do get this question a lot. Should I use a percussion gun for my spasticity? And I would say it all depends. Some people just have told me that it definitely helps, but there's also others where I know for sure that it does make the spasticity worse. The only way to know is to try it out for yourself. Some of the benefits of kind of that percussion or that vibration on a muscle, I think, is that you can kind of desensitize that muscle to a lot of times what I talk about is that quick stretch, which is a lot of times what makes spasticity a little bit worse. So I think that's one of the benefits of it, and just tolerance to lengthening. So a lot of times it's that muscle lengthening that causes that involuntary contraction. And I think that a massage gun is a potential tool that might help to increase, again, that tolerance for muscle lengthening. But where I think a massage gun can be extremely valuable to someone who is recovering from a neurologic injury is in that very, very early stage where a muscle is flaccid. We know for a fact that just tapping and vibration helps to give sensory input to the brain. So if you are someone who lacks awareness of a limb, an arm, or a leg, that is where a percussion type of tool can be such a valuable addition to your toolkit, again, to build that awareness. And so this product I'm holding here is called the Allele 3X percussion massage gun. It is one of the more reasonably priced massage guns that are on Amazon. This model right here is extremely lightweight. It comes with 4 different attachments that you can put on the end. I really like the flat attachment. I find it to be the most tolerable. And it has this angled handle on it, which does make it easier to reach some of those hard to reach areas of your body. This gun is extremely lightweight, it's quiet, and it is pretty powerful. So there's 4 different settings. So that's kind of the lowest setting. And then as you go up in settings, that frequency of the pulse increases. So to get started, I would just start on a very low setting, and then as you build up the tolerance for it, if you're trying to work on activating a muscle or even decreasing the spasticity, I would always start on the lowest setting, work your tolerance up to the higher and higher settings. But as usual, this company was generous enough to support this channel. So by clicking on the link, you can learn more about the product, but it also does support this channel. So thank you in advance for your support. To learn more about this product and to purchase it, click on the link in the description below. Now back to the video. If you liked that video and you want to learn more exercises on how to improve your walking, definitely check out this video over here or that video over there. If you want even more help, check out our Gold membership program where you'll get access to over 300 exercises that are not here on YouTube, as well as access to our monthly lives where you can get your questions answered.